Packing is one of the most hilarious chapters. In fact, if you guys get time to read the novel Three Men on a Boat, make it a point to read it. It's really lovely to read the novel. The humor is so seamlessly interwoven in it that you would want to read it and then reread it again. So let's get started. This story has three friends who have to pack their stuff as they have decided to go for a picnic. And the name of these three friends is Jerome, George, and Harris. And they even have a dog whose name is Montmorency. If you haven't subscribed our channel as yet, please make sure you do so. And please do like and share if you find this video helpful enough. You can follow us at Instagram as well at @ENG Chatterbox. There we put a new word every alternate day so that you can better your vocabulary. You can even see the same words on Facebook and the link is given in the description below. Those students who would like to read the whole text out, they can come to our blog and read comfortably. And do let us know in the comment section the next chapter that you would like to read about. Now let's get back to our story. Jerome thinks that he is the best person for the job as far as packing is concerned. So he suggests that he should do the packing. But that was just a suggestion. When his friends accepted the offer, he was quite taken aback. And they so easily and readily agreed. Obviously, the suggestion was only a show-off. He just wanted to show off his friends as to how smart he is in packing. But they so easily agreed that in fact upset him. George sat on the easy chair and Harris kept his legs on the table. Whereas Jerome's only intention was to watch over them. He just wanted to supervise them when they packed. The whole goal was to point out their errors and faults and tell them how they're supposed to do it. He had no intention to do it himself. It's in fact quite funny that he says that it's his energetic nature. Though on the contrary, his definition of hard work is to put hands in the pocket and watch others do the work. He even tells about a man with whom he used to stay, and that man would just watch him when he was working. He found it very irritating. But he was not like that man. He rather wanted to do something, and that was to walk and supervise, but never to actually pack. But anyways, he gets started with the job of packing, and after he finishes the packing, Harris really irritates him by telling him that he'd forgotten to pack his boots. This irritated Jerome as he thought that Harris could have pointed that before he packed his bag. Even George laughed and this really irritated Jerome further. He repacked the boots, but this time his own fear that he might forget his toothbrush scandalized him. In fact, he was always troubled by the fact that he might forget about the toothbrush, and this time also he had the same fear. He searched for it in the bag again but couldn't find it only. So he turned everything over and finally found it one of the boots. He repacked everything and by the time he finished it was 10:05 p.m. But still food had to be packed. So when Harris offered to do it with George, Jerome immediately agreed. He said, "Fine, you guys only do it. Now I have done enough of my share." Jerome very quietly sat to watch them, as he knew very well that they were lousy packers. As Jerome had expected that things would soon get interesting, and they actually picked up pace quite quickly. Firstly, they broke a cup. Harris packed jam and tomatoes and squashed them. George stepped on the butter. Then he removed it from his slipper. They tried to even put it in a kettle but failed. So they scraped it out and kept it on the chair. But Harris sat on it. Now they kept looking for the butter everywhere. They looked for it everywhere and they couldn't find it. So finally George saw it at Harris' bag. And they took it out from there. Then they packed it in a teapot. So it really was getting quite crazy out there. All this while, Montmorency, who was their dog, continued to be a trouble. He put his leg in the jam, he played with the spoons, played with the lemons as if they were rats. Harris accused Jerome of encouraging him He said, you've been telling him to create all this ruckus, which is why he's been coming in our way. But Jerome said that a dog so notorious didn't require any encouragement. He was himself encouraged to get into trouble, because Montmorency's aim was always to be hit by someone or to be rebuked by someone. He rarely loved to create a scene. Finally, when they finished packing at 12:50, George asked them what time would they want to be woken up. So Jerome and Harris had an argument over this, as Harris wanted to get up at 7, but Jerome wanted to get up at 6 because he had some work to do. So finally they both decided that 6:30 will be the most appropriate time for them to get up. But George had slept before they could even tell him, so they thought they would also create some trouble. So what they did is they kept a tub right next to his bed. So when he'd get up, he'd end up stepping in the moment he gets up, and it'll be a lot of fun. And after that, they both slept off. Thank you. I hope you understood this chapter. In case you have any doubts, you are more than welcome to ask about it in the comment section below. And in case anybody would want to read the whole summary, they can go on our blog and comfortably read it as well. Thank you.